yourself because that's when it's going to take you down, dude.
Yeah, I know, but I feel
Well,
like
Sydney,
yeah.
I need to know what destination festival you're doing that we're all going to meet you at. Have you decided yet?
Oh yeah, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna do the that Panama one because I think it just looks a little but
what about Austin?
Yeah, I definitely want to, but I don't know if there's any chance I'll get in that festival.
You gotta think positive.
Isn't the Asheville one in like August or September?
Yeah, I know, and I gotta you know what, if I have to look it up and apply. I've got to look
you should
it up.
do that.
All right, I'll start looking some up and see if I can get into any of them. But if not, you know, I do think the idea of us doing a troll trip somewhere up here in the summer on one of our lakes or something would be great. You know,
yes.
And Jen, if the borders open, even Jen could drive to us it's only like 4 hours.
I think you should like apply to like one of those Caribbean resorts.
Yeah, do that.
That's a better. Frankly, don't want to go to a lake in New York. No offense, I'm sure they're lovely, but that
sounds very judgy.
Yeah, that's right. But I was thinking more like a summer thing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Do people really like go off to the Caribbean during the summer? When I don't know.
I will go to the Caribbean. Time.
Yeah. But the whole lake idea is, you know, because my friends have boats on there too. So we also have
totally down to get out of the Florida heat and come up to a New York lake.
But that's the problem is everybody's like Margaret that lives down south. They all come up here to the lake. So it's hard to find something. But I will have Danielle back on the search for, it's really hard to find houses, but we're going to try, especially with COVID, because that's like what everyone was doing was just renting houses on our lakes. And I have to say, well, even Tina knows our Finger Lakes are gorgeous. I mean, these aren't like gross. These are beautiful lakes. So
yeah,
with like million dollar houses.
Doesn't Tina's family have a lake house?
My parents live in a lake town. They don't live on the lake.
Oh, what lake?
Brant Lake. It's in the Adirondacks. It's just Lake George. Yeah.
Yeah. Lake George is really pretty too, but there's not a lot of property on the lake you can rent in Lake George, is there?
Oh, there's a ton.
Oh, there's a ton? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but we don't have like the wine stuff here. We have like beautiful lakes and like outside, but like no wine. And then all we have is Saratoga other than that for like the racetrack and stuff.
Yeah, Saratoga is also very beautiful.
Yeah.
But I mean, for me, like Canandaigua Lake is stunning. But there's Seneca, Cayuga. There's a lot of really pretty ones. But like I say, I have friends who live on Canandaigua.
Do you guys get mosquitoes in the summer up there as bad as we do in Florida?
Oh, probably. I think they're worse.
Yeah, I think they're worse.
Awesome.
Not possible.
Maybe not. I think it's bad. Like there's times I don't even go outside on the deck. You can't. But I noticed like after 10, 11 o'clock, they kind of go away. So there's like a period after dusk where it's really
around
bad.
dusk. They're horrendous here. Like you can't.
I mean, I've been sitting in the hot tub and they've like literally are biting my face.
I have to pull the screens in the gazebo. It's so much work.
Why do y'all live up there? It's cold and you have mosquitoes.
It's a fucking nightmare. Okay,
it makes no
sense. There's nothing pleasant about this place except in the summer if you can afford a house on the lake.
You're getting you're getting the ice storm.
Yeah, it's icing. Like it's bad actually. It's really bad today.
Yeah, we're in pretty good shape today. So
I think we're about to turn the AC on. It's so hot in here.
Oh my!
I think it's like 2 degrees here today. Like actually 2, I think.
Oh, I think it's like
supposed to get up to 79 here in Jacksonville.
It's 2 right now.
Oh, that's so cute. Okay, so really quick, let's do a catch up with Teresa and tell us about Paris.
Yes.
Paris is perfect and it's beautiful.
I can't remember. Was this your first trip or had you been before?
No, it was our first trip.
Okay.
So the only thing we really missed doing is we didn't get to go down to the catacombs or whatever, but read about it and like it's actual, like obviously everyone knows it's like human bones. So like maybe it's okay that I missed that. That's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
But it was like
done that. It kind of is a little too much for me, I think.
Oh, I'm just grossed out right now. But like we had so much cheese, so much wine, and the weather was like perfect. It was like unseasonably warm and it was sunny for a lot of the days. Like 2 of the days I didn't even need like a jacket. So like you people from up north could probably be in like a t-shirt.
You people.
But the one thing like that's really weird is it wouldn't get like daylight till like 9 o'clock, and then the sun would set at like 5. And I don't know, I wasn't expecting that. Like it to be so dark so late in the morning.
That's pretty well like here.
Oh.
That's literally what our weather is here.
Oh,
So,
well,
that's
now
weird.
you know.
It's light here. It's by like 7 a.m. right now.
Yeah.
And then it
no,
gets dark around 6:30.
I leave work at 5 o'clock and it's pitch dark.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no.
So wait, what? So you tested positive when you got back? I mean, how did it work?
So we had to get tested we left on the 2nd. So we had to get tested on the 1st. And on the 1st, I allegedly was negative. But then on the 2nd, when we were on the plane, I was like, I don't feel well. I was like, something is wrong. But obviously, like, I'm not going to, oh my God, did I tell you all about my flight from hell home? That's the real drama. So I did not want to alert anybody to my not feeling well because what are they going to put me in the bathroom? I think not. So
did
I
you
just
hear from women that happened to?
Right. I did.
Okay, yeah.
Is that any different than your situation now? You would have just started your quarantine early, like really been trapped now.
Oh, I count Sunday as my quarantine day because I knew I was sick. But wait, so y'all, we were on our flight and it was Paris to Atlanta, and so to do that, you go like your track is like over like, you know, New York and all that, and then at like Wisconsin, you go straight down to Atlanta. And we were like an hour and 40 minutes away, or like 2 hours or something from Atlanta. And all of a sudden the airplane people were like, do we have a doctor on board? Do we have a medical profession? Make yourself known. And so a couple of people went up. We had some religious lady also on the plane. She went up. Then they were like, does anybody have a pulse ox?
What's that?
And my brother-in-law just
did
had
Ryan
COVID.
Did Ryan raise his hand and say he's a love doctor?
Get the fuck out of here. So this man, so then they were like, they detoured us to Detroit, and they put us in like pulse ox says how much oxygen's in your blood. I mean,
it's just like a little thing. Yeah.
What? And
because
people are just walking with these? Tina, why do you have that?
Because I had COVID and my oxygen was low.
Oh my God.
I got one.
We're talking about it. And poor Tina's on the couch with that shit hooked to her finger. I'm like, oh, hello.
No, Ryan's brother travels with one because he had COVID and his oxygen level got low. So like this was like he had it in 2020. And so he just like has like, it was just like randomly in his bag.
Oh my
and I
God.
guess he like pulled it out and he gave it to this man. Anyway, so I'm pretty sure this man died.
96.
So,
I'm doing good today.
So they detour us to Detroit. And so we miss our flight coming home. So, but we get on another flight. Instead of flying into New Orleans, we're going to fly into Lafayette, that's what we flew into after the hurricane. So we're like, whatever, this is fine. I don't care. Just get me home. But anyway, the people next to us needed to be in Detroit and they missed their flight home from Atlanta to Detroit, but they wouldn't let them off the plane because like, obviously, because of like, I don't even know. Well, then we get back after sitting on the tarmac for like 2 hours, we get back in the air and then they're like, we're about an hour and 20 minutes away from Atlanta. And they're like, do we have another medical doctor? Do we have a medical doctor on board? Which is like, you clearly know we did because you just watched this man die and people were assisting him. So whatever. So another man started having a seizure. So the girl next to me who is supposed to be in Detroit, but missed her flight, is so ragey mad. And she tells the flight attendant, she's like, well, this is y'all's fault because we should have gotten off the plane in Detroit. Like, it's not right that y'all made us sit here for 2 hours and that's what caused this man's seizure. Well, we didn't know it was a seizure at that point because he gets off the plane. We make it to Atlanta. We get off the plane and we're in the luggage where you have to get your luggage to then just bring your luggage to the other, like when you do international flights. It's the stupidest thing. And the seizure man somehow appears at the terminal to get his luggage and starts having another seizure.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, why is this man not in a hospital? And no true medical personnel came. The nurse, again, for the doctor that helped him on the plane was still around. She came. The like old ladies at that like monitor the carousel to make sure like all the luggage gets picked up. They were like, put something in his mouth, give him some water. Not medical professionals. The medical professional was like, do not do that. He will choke and die. And they're like, he's gonna bite his tongue off. And I was like, what is this, the 40s? No, he's not. No, he's not.
His own luggage.
Oh, he had like a worker. He was like morbidly obese. Even without the seizure, he wasn't able to do a lot of this stuff.
Oh, I thought they just like sent him on his own. Like, seizure's over. Have a good day, buddy. Off you go.
No, but he was sent with like a Delta pusher. Like, that's it. Like, it wasn't a medical person.
Huh.
He was just sent with like someone to push him to get his luggage to like push him somewhere else. I was like, first of all, where's your family?
Right.
I'm confused. It was wild. But we made it home. And then the next morning I was like, I don't feel good. I'm going to test for COVID. And I tested and I was like, straight up the most positive you can be instantly.
Has Ryan been testing himself?
Yeah, we have a bunch of at-home tests. So he tested before he went to work the next day, obviously just to be safe. And then I think like maybe one time like in the middle of the week, just to make sure like he can still like be at work without getting those people sick.
That's crazy.
Because at the beginning of the week,
sister-in-law get it?
my brother-in-law got it. I don't know if my sister-in-law got it, but she was getting tested on Friday because she had similar symptoms.
So yeah, she's
interesting.
so nuts.
So did everybody on your travels comply? You know, nobody was like, I'm not wearing a mask. You didn't see any of Karens or any of crazy people, right?
No,
it's
but
like
the one thing like they would just be like because obviously it's a 12-hour flight, so like that's a lot to have a mask on for 12 solid hours,
especially when when I went to Florida, our flight took forever. I felt like I had yeah, and I wear that mask at work all fucking day anyway, but yeah.
So like when it in the airport, like when it would fall down, the flight attendant would be like, please just put it up. Like she was no one ever got sassy.
Right.
But it was like so stupid in Paris because they were like, do you have like you had to show your vaccine card, which as we know, like doesn't mean anything really. And then you would walk in with a mask and then they like the restaurants were tighter than like New York City restaurants. So I was like, what is the point of this?
When you got to the airport in Paris, did they like just look at your card or did they use one of those services where they like put the numbers and stuff and do it and make sure it's actually real?
They just looked at it. The airport in Paris is my hell. Is my personal hell. I've never taken so long to go through various lines of security.
Really?
Like it took 3.5 hours.
That's like the Orlando airport. The Orlando airport's the butthole of America, I swear to God.
It was insane.
Yeah.
Like, I can't wait to travel when you don't have to, so you can just check in because everyone has to go through a help desk because they have to show their COVID stuff because you can't just upload it online. Like, that's not good enough.
That's what we had. We went to Dominican. You just downloaded an app and literally it gives you like a little QR code-y thing. And we just showed that to everybody going through. We'd already pre-checked in going through Toronto. We literally just had to drop off our bags and flash them the QR code. they scan it and then you kept going. That was the only thing. And then coming back, you use the Canada QR code, and then everything's like automated. Like you stand in front of a machine and you slide in your passport, and everything reads off your passport number, and it does like the digital scanning thing of your face, and off you go out the door. Like literally, I live 45 minutes from the airport. We landed at 7:30.